Morning yogis. I've had requests to create a video for a gentle morning stretch. So this is exactly that, a gentle and mindful way to awaken the body in the morning. All you need is your mat. If you usually use a block or a blanket to sit on in a meditation position, then feel free to have that too. And then come to sit when you're ready. We start in a cross-legged position. So here, feel free to elevate yourself if you need to. Place your hands on your thighs or your knees. And if it's okay, close your eyes. If you prefer this morning, then keep your eyes open, but just settle your gaze down so that you are looking away from the screen. With your attention inward, directed towards visualizing the breath within, just how it feels naturally right now. Feeling the ebb and flow of your breathing. And then becoming more attentive. Where does your breath reach quite easily, and where does it feel restricted perhaps? Habitually, we tend to breathe into the front of the chest, sometimes neglecting the side ribs, the back ribs. So if that's you, begin to send your breath consciously to the side and the back ribs, feeling to balloon the breath into these areas. Continue breathing deeply and mindfully. And feel free to keep your eyes closed for this, or you can open your eyes if you prefer. Start to move the torso in circular motions. So really gentle circles orbiting the torso a few times one way, and then a few times the other way. Just beginning to notice how the body is responding to these gentle movements. There are spaces that feel tight, or if it feels really spacious within. And there's no judging right now, we're simply curious about what's there. And then again, maybe changing the direction again. This time, perhaps you begin to move the shoulders a little bit. Maybe even just simply go from side to side. So moving one shoulder, going the other way, and then moving the other shoulder, moving the other way. And these can, in fact, should be really organic, really natural movements for you, just what you feel. Sometimes this area around the rib cage, especially if you tend to be seated in front of a desk and a computer all day, they can get tense. So beginning to move into these areas, so keeping the hips and the lower back still, just simply moving the ribs from side to side, or moving the ribs forward, opening into heart, gentle back bend, and moving back. Doing that a couple more times in your own way, and you might even feel like going a little bit deeper, making your circles a little more expansive, fluid, or you might be really gentle still. Know that there is no right or wrong way to move here right now. And as you come to stillness for a moment, change the cross of your legs. So bring the opposite shin in front. And now, as we move, we'll involve the arms in the equation too. So maybe you bring your left hand next to you and begin to move the right arm in circular motions. And they can be really, really small, gentle circles. They can be really big circles. If your shoulder is ever unhappy with this, then just bringing your hand onto your shoulder and moving your elbow in circular motions, that's also fine. Now remember, you can modify in any way that feels good for you. And sometimes you move the shoulder and you just naturally want to move the rest of the body too. And other times it's just about stillness and focus on that space, and that's it. And gently transitioning to the other side. So the right hand comes down to support you. The left arm begins to move, opening up any tension that might have accumulated through the night. It might be tension. It might just be simply accumulation of fascia, connective tissue, which we all have, just through a period of stillness. And it's normal, but having this time, giving yourself the time to move in a way that allows for that tension or accumulated fascia, connective tissue to thaw away, that's really important. So feeding into now your left shoulder, move it in a way that feels good for you. Move your arms, or arm, just one. And then come back to stillness. And now feel your foundation once again. Plug the sit bones and the pubic bone down towards the floor and rise upward through the crown of the head. So the spine is long. Take a deep breath, expanding your breath into the side of the ribs and downward towards the belly. And as you exhale, gently hug the belly in. Align the back of your head with your lower back and take one more inhale, really optimal breath that expands the side ribs and downward towards the pubic bone, towards the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, hug the belly in. Now, come into Baddha Konasana. I'll show you this from the side. So as the soles of the feet come together and the knees come out to the side. This can feel restricting for some people. So if you need to, bring your feet a little further away. Sometimes, especially in the morning when the body feels stiff, for some people it does, maybe you need to place blocks or cushions under your thighs. That's totally fine. So find a variation of this pose that feels right for you. Oh, and one more thing, you can sit on a blanket or a block as well. So elevating yourself can help. Once you're here, place your left hand to the right foot, ankle area, just so you can grab hold of it. Extend your right arm up and open into a gentle twist. Now, some people, this might not feel that gentle, in which case, don't open your right arm back as much. So you can keep your arm next to you. Take a deep breath in, root down through the outer blades of your feet and sit bones, and exhale, open the heart a little more to the right. And then sweep your right arm up and to the front. Now you're holding on to your left foot, your left ankle with your right hand, extending the left arm up and back. Take your twist as far and as deep as is available this morning, so that you're not starting your day working against your body. Start your day in a gentle, compassionate way. Take a deep breath in and a complete exhale out. Then sweep the left arm up and to the front. Now we do it a little faster. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, right arm extends up and to the back. Inhaling, sweep the right arm up and over. Exhale, sweep the left arm up and back. And one more on each side. Deep inhale, left arm windmills its way back to the front. Exhale, right arm windmills back. Inhale, right arm extends up and to the front. Exhale, left arm windmills back. As you inhale now, reach your left arm up into the front and exhale fully. Next, as you bring the knees together, come into seated position with your left leg extended, toes pointing up, foot active, and the right sole of the foot to inner thigh. As you bring your right hand next to you, reach left arm up. And as you exhale, take a side bend to your left with the right arm extending above your right ear. You can have your left hand to the inside of the left leg as me. Maybe hand is on shin. Maybe hand is to the outside of the leg. Either one is absolutely fine. Make sure that wherever you are, you can plug the sit bones down to the floor and breathe into the right side of the body. Exhaling, sliding both shoulder blades, actually, both of them down the back. Now you can stay in this position. So if stillness is what you need this morning, stay there. Otherwise, take a deep breath in, bringing the right hand back down to the floor. And exhale, ground down through your right shin, lift your hips up. Inhaling, come down and into your side bend. And exhale here. We'll do that again. Inhale, reach right hand back, ground down through palm. Exhale, root down through your right shin, left heel, lift hips up. Inhale, release the hips down. And exhale, come into a side bend. And this is where we all meet. So if you were there, now join us in coming out of the pose. This right arm extends to the right. Lift yourself up. Use your left hand to lift your head up. Let's do that same thing on the other side. Extend your right leg out to the right. Bring your left sole foot towards the inner thigh. Bring your left hand down, reach your right arm up. Finding length here, and then into your side bend. Take the variation of the side bend that feels right in your bones. Release gently. The right ear begins to soften towards the right shoulder. And maybe with your eyes closed, you visualize the breath filtering through the left side of the rib cage down towards the waist, the hip. And this is maybe where you stay. If you're coming with me, with your next inhalation, sweep left arm up and over. Ground the left palm. And exhale, lift the hips up. Reaching the right arm overhead. Inhale, release the hips down. And exhale into your side bend again. That one more time. Take a deep breath in. Send your left hand back, ground down. Exhale, lift your hips up. Reach the right arm overhead. Next, inhale, release the hips down. And exhale into side bend. So we'll all meet in the side bend. Left arm extends to the left side. Begin to lift the torso up and using the right palm, lift your head up. Nice. Now come onto your tabletop position. So onto your hands and knees. We're going to energize the core because that's very important for morning practice, in my opinion. As you come onto your hands and knees, with your knees underneath the hips, tops of the feet grounding, your wrists underneath the shoulders, palms grounding, pelvic tilts first. Feel for stabilizing your upper back, your arms, Relax your neck. And take a deep breath all the way down to belly as the belly begins to gently move forward. So the pelvis tilts. Exhaling, tilt the pubic bone towards the navel. So you go the other way. An inhalation to send the belly button downward, creating a curve in the lower back. And exhaling, moving the pubic bone up to the navel. And one more. Inhale down towards the pelvic floor. And exhale to move the pubic bone up towards the navel. With your next inhalation, come back to a neutral position. So hug the belly in. Inhale, extend your right arm up. And exhale, sweep that right arm underneath the chest and to the left. One more. Inhale, extend the arm, maybe even look up. Exhale, thread the arm underneath the chest and to the left. Inhale, extend your left arm up. Exhale, release your right arm down. Let's do the other side. Deep inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, sweep your arm underneath the chest and to the right. Deep inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, extend your arm. And as you exhale, release your hand back down. Back to stillness in your tabletop position. Inhaling into upper back. And as you exhale, wrap your shoulders, energize the arms. Now, extend your right leg back. As your toes tuck under, right heel energetically reaches back, your hips align. Left arm extends forward. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, hug the belly. Bring your left palm down, right knee down, and extend your left leg back. As your heel reaches back, hips remain level as much as possible. Right arm extends forward. Take a deep inhalation. Exhaling, hugging the belly. Release your hand, release your knee, and come to sit. If you can, sit down on your heels. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can come into a toe stretch. So tuck the toes and then sit down on your heels. Wherever you are, take a deep breath into the upper back. Hold your breath, lift your shoulders up, move them back. Exhale, squeeze top tips of shoulder blades together and slide them down the back. Now take a deep breath into upper back. As you exhale, move the shoulders straight back. Squeeze mid tips of shoulder blades together, slide them down the back. And final variation of this, bend your elbows and take a deep breath into upper back. As you exhale, squeeze bottom tips of shoulder blades together. Squeeze, squeeze, and slide down the back. And now release, come forward. And if you were taking the toe stretch, take a moment to gently tap the tops of the feet down, reawakening them, making sure they're there. Our next core variation is just a little bit more energizing. But if you'd like to stick with the previous variation, you can. Hug the belly in, press the floor away. And next, deep breath, extend your right leg back. So now the option is to keep your leg parallel to the floor or bring it down if you like. Wherever you are, extend your left arm forward, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hug the belly. Bring your hand and the knee down. Inhale, extend the left leg back. Keep your hips level. Reach back with your left heel. And extend your right arm forward. Deep inhale. Exhale, hug the belly in. Bring your hand and the knee down. Let's do that one more time. Take a spacious breath in. Right leg extends back. Exhale, left arm extends forward. Hug the belly. Bring the hand and the knee down. Deep inhale, left leg extends back. Exhale, right arm extends forward. Hug the belly in. Bring the hand and the knee down. Sit back down. Sit either in a cross-legged position or on your heels like myself. Bring your hands onto your chest. Align the back of your head with your lower back. Take a spacious breath into side and back ribs. And as you exhale, micro twist to your left side. Just a gentle twist to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, micro twist to your right side. Inhale back to center. Exhaling, twisting to the left and gently hugging the front lower ribs down towards belly button. Inhale back to center. Exhaling, micro twist to your right, hugging the front lower ribs down. Do that a few more times in your own time. Feel for maintaining stability in the legs, in the hips, and try to move from the middle of the spine up. So feeling the rib cage moving. So if the base, the bottom of the body was a jar, and the rib cage was the lid. So it's the rib cage that's moving from side to side, creating this sense of unwind, flow, and spaciousness. Once you've done both sides, in your final round, come back to center. Release the hands down. Close your eyes and take a moment here to acknowledge your practice. Thank yourself for dedicating time. Time to moving, time to breathing, time to be mindful. And I thank you, all of you, for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, yogis.